Hi, this is Faith, and you are watching The Faith Factor. Holla. Hey, good, beautiful morning. you, this is Faith, and you are watching The Faith Factor. Everybody? How are you doing this beautiful morning? You know, fall is upon us. We have all the holidays coming up, guys. We have Halloween. We have Thanksgiving. We have Valentine's Day coming up, Christmas, New Year's. So the season and the year is winding down these last few months. And you know what? I am enjoying it. Fall is my absolute favorite time of the year. And not because of just it not being too cold out here in Phoenix. Because god damn it, we need a break. This heat has been killing me, y'all. Okay. Usually about 1 o'clock, it gets to be about 100 degrees out here. So right now I am enjoying 70-degree, 80-degree weather. My absolute favorite part of the year. And this is a time of the year where, it's out with the old, you're kind of doing away with the old, and you're kind of making room for something new, something fabulous, something fantastic in your lives. So, we've been through a lot. We've all gone through a lot over the last couple of years. We had COVID. We had like so many different things happen. We had inflation. We were dealing with the monkeypox scare, and a lot of people lost their homes. Okay, a lot of people's families had to move in with them, or you had to go move back home with family. A lot of things occurred. And guess what? You got through it. You're still here. You're still here and you're getting through it, right? I was looking at another lady, female YouTuber, and her name is Leah. She's a Successful Ladies Live. And when you guys get a chance, go and check out Successful Ladies Live. Okay. Now, this is a lady that I have been following for years upon years. She's been in the sector probably about as long as I have. And she was very candid in telling her story about what she had gone through with COVID, being evicted, being borderline homeless, living from place to place. And she was talking about, even the struggles that she was having with her family, with her daughter. So, everybody's going through something, right? But I like Leah because of her strength and because of her complete and total transparency. Because she said you guys didn't know, and I didn't, because when I would watch her channel, she would always be so upbeat. She would always be smiling all the time. I had no idea. I had no idea that she was going through it like that. But this isn't a pity story for her. I don't pity her, because the way that she went through it with so much grace. And you know what? People like that, their glow up is going to be great. Now, there's a lot of people, that probably didn't like her, and they would love to get information like that to kick her while she's down. You always got to kick them while they down, Negroes. They don't remember when you were on top, but they somehow buzzing around when you on the ground. And they're not there to pick you up. They're there to kick you while you're down there on the ground. So I respect, the way that Leah handled herself. And I respect every day that she was going through that. She said she had been going through this, according to one of her videos, about 8-9 months. Wouldn't have even known it, guys. Wouldn't have even known it. And so Leah is today my inspiration. She's my inspiration. It wasn't that she was faking it, because she didn't come on here, telling stories or lying. But she came on here facing it till she made it. She faced it till she made it. There was a meme going around on Facebook, and I saw it, and it said, face it till you make it, not fake it till you make it. And I think that faking it till you make it, that is bad advice. You get up every day, you dust yourself off, and you face it until you make it. And that's what Leah did. Every day she got on here, I never knew, her audience never knew, that she was going through something. She never once complained. Now, maybe she had people that she talked to behind the scenes, but to the rest of us and to the rest of the world, she smiled and she was fine. And she showed a lot of strength, and she showed a lot of resilience. And so this is a story of complete and utter admiration. And she told about, how she went through it with her daughter. So I'm not the only one. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy like that, like what happened in my situation happened to her. But she has a teenager. I think her daughter's 17 now. I remember when I was first watching her, and her daughter was about maybe 11, 12. And that just goes to show how long we've been on here. But now she's 17. And you know how teenagers are. They think they know everything. You can't tell them nothing. They have very little experience. And that's the reason why they do need you, the parent, for guidance. So even while Leah's going through all of these things, all of these different changes, inflation, COVID, you name it, and going through things with her daughter, the police got called on her. This pandemic, it hit a lot of people. A lot of people were suffering. And so I have to say kudos to her for what she went through, and how she went through it. And she went through it with so much grace, so much integrity. And she wasn't on here begging for money. A lot of people, when they get in those situations, they're quick to fire up a live stream and start begging. And she didn't do that. Not saying that it's anything wrong with asking for help, but she looked to see how she could help herself first. So I am always going to admire people like this. And I'm the same way. Before I ask anybody for help, I'm going to look to see how I can help myself first. Because I got, something called pride, a little, integrity. I have that. I see everybody filing in, and I see that the first person that filed in today was the Miss Raining Woman. What's going on, Raining? I am pretty damn gangster. What's up? Diamond and Pearls. Woohoo! Thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for being a channel member. Cassandra Brown says, hey, Faith. Kenneth Wright, what's up? Cool Gamer says hi, and The Underrated Darkness says, good morning, Sister Faith and chat. So, as you all file in, what's up, DOD? I ain't seen you in a while. Thank you, Cool Gamer. So, it's a beautiful morning, a beautiful day. I'm going to have a beautiful rest of the year. 2 years ago, I didn't have a man. I was 2 years ago. You guys knew me. I was on here like, hey, single, free, happily single. And I was every bit of happily single. But I'm also every bit of happy being in a relationship with a wonderful and beautiful man. I'm every bit of happy as that too. And I look back, and even with me going through the things that I went through, you guys know what I went through with my daughter. I went to jail. I told my story. Hell, there was choking, beating, a lot of stuff went on, and it was all intentional, because when you're mad and you're fighting somebody, it's intentional. But my daughter and I got through that, and I'm happy to say that she's doing great. She's doing great right now. Now, there's a lot of people that rallied in my corner. They were in my corner from the very beginning, from the very start, because nobody can tell your story better than you can. And I'm gonna tell you something. There are a lot of people that'll sit up here and they'll try to twist, they'll try to add to, they'll try to lie, and put different things on you to try to make you feel bad about your situation. And that's that whole kicking you while you down thing that I was talking about. But I'm gonna take a page out of Miss Leah's book, because Miss Leah was never down. She had a setback, but she was never down. And that's exactly how I feel. That's how life is. In life, you're going to have setbacks, you're going to have challenges, you're going to have trials, you are going to have tribulations. You're going to have problems with your relationships with your loved ones. There's nobody in here that hasn't experienced that. So when Miss Leah told her story about herself, the trials and tribulations she was having with her situation, with being in and out of Airbnbs, and having the problems with her daughter calling the police on her, I said, yes, sister, I can definitely relate. I can definitely relate. Because these last 2 years took a toll on a lot of people. A lot of people. And so when you come through something like that, like I said, I went through counseling with my daughter, finding out, that she had other issues going on that needed attention, and being there for her. And, also being there for myself. Because you know what? I talked to my children, and one thing that they all said, they said, Mom, you're so judgmental. You're a perfectionist. You're hard on everybody, and including yourself. They say you don't even give yourself a break. And I thought about it, and I was talking to a sister the other day on the phone, and it was the first time that she and I had a conversation outside of YouTube. And I said, girl, I said, my kids told me that I was a perfectionist and I was judgmental and I was too hard on them and hard on myself. And she said, yeah. She said, you're a Capricorn. You all are judgmental. And I sat back and I said, yeah, yeah, you know, they're right. They're absolutely right. So this year I've decided to relax, not take myself, not take my life and other people too seriously. I'm going to relax, sit back and enjoy, and not be this tyrant that everyone says that I've been. But you know, it's been out of love. When my husband passed, there's a lot of things that I had to take on my own. And that included taking on a whole new career that I had no idea what it was going to entail. You know, I was afraid when I first became a female truck driver, a woman out on the road by herself. I was scared, but it was something that I knew had to be done because I had to step up and I had to be the breadwinner for my family after my husband passed. And it was tough. It wasn't easy. And I guess, you know, because it was tough and because I was in a male dominated industry, and at that time, it was very misogynistic, very racist, because not only was I dealing with a lot of males, but I was dealing with a lot of white males. And so I had to be tough and I had to be 3 times better than everybody. And I ran it like a military lifestyle because I knew I didn't have room for error. I couldn't fail. And so I pushed myself. I pushed my children, got them through school, paid for colleges. Did it on my own. So yeah, I was tough, I was rigid. And now, you know, I look and my son, he's 23 and he's on his own, successful. He's a manager at a nice Fortune 500 company at 23, and that's no small feat. And he's steadily moving up. He just got engaged to his girlfriend that he's been with for 2 years, and at first I didn't like her. I'm not gonna lie, I had my reservations about this young lady, but she's a good young woman. She's a nice lady, and she's shown me a lot over the last couple of years. So I'm proud of my son, and I think that he's made a wonderful decision. So I'm looking forward to giving them my blessing and hopefully more grandbabies, guys, because I'm ready to be a grandmother again. So when I look back on my life and I look at my oldest daughter's doing good. You know, she has her business where she, you know, my oldest daughter is into cosmetology and makeup and stuff like that. So she's pushing over into her own business now and she's opening up her own salon. So I'm very proud of her, and she's been with their guy now for about a year. And she's in a beautiful relationship and happy. My youngest daughter's still teaching. And I said to myself, you know what? You're blessed. You're blessed. You came through a lot of trials, a lot of tribulations, and you're blessed. And so I'm going to relax. I'm going to give myself that much needed break and sit back and enjoy my life. You know, when you get up in age and you start to see your children grow up, and all my children are grown, every last one of them. Just a regular guy said, you just made Baller X again, Faith for Dragon Bomb Cherry and her sons with Woman Sphere. Good morning. Baller X has been on one with Bomb Cherry. I tell you, he really has. He's been on one. I enjoy looking at his videos. I really do. Thank you, Diamonds and Pearls. Diamonds and Pearls says, awesome to hear such great news and hear the joy in your voice as you share about your family. Yes, I had to realize, I woke up this morning, I had to realize, I had to start counting my blessings because I am a perfectionist. I look at everything, just like, I just left the gym not too long ago. And like, even with me being in the gym and even with me getting my blood pressure down to normal levels, and guys, guess what? I do certain things, like I would eat certain foods, and I would kind of do my intermittent fasting, and I would take my supplements and different things of that nature, and I would try to see if I could come off of my blood pressure medicine. And so far, I haven't had to take not one blood pressure pill, and this has been, I would say, going on 2 months now since I've changed my diet, and I've been really just focusing on nutrition. So, I'm blessed to be healthy. I'm blessed to be a woman that's going into her 50s and I'm still in good shape. You know how many people going into their 50s and they're overweight, they're obese, they're fat, that there are some young people that are not even in as good a shape as I'm in. And so I thank God. Who can say that they're a woman going into her 50s and she's pulling men 10 years younger than her in real time? Diamonds and Pearl says, yes. And CK, I am so proud of him too. Now, we are a couple that works out together, and he's been trimming down the weight as well. We both did our weigh-ins, and we don't really pay attention to the scale. We go by inches. And I mean, he trimmed down at least about I say 5 or 6 inches around his waist. So, we're both, getting healthy and working out together. And it's a beautiful thing. And we make a date out of it. Working out can be a date. Like CK and I will come out here to either we'll go to the mountains out there in Nevada, and we'll, go hiking out there, or we'll come out here to Phoenix and we'll go hiking in the mountains out here. And we always try to go further up that mountain each and every time. And we're kind of like racing each other, trying to see who can get to the top first. And it's a beautiful thing when you have a partner that is supportive. CK is supportive of me, and I'm supportive of him. When you got somebody that can rub your back and your feet, and you rub his back and you rub his feet, and you can tell each other, hey, I love you, or I'm proud of you. And you can keep pushing each other to do more. to do more, to be better than what you was last week or the week before. Now, in my series, A Better Class of Women, I did close out that series, but I will refer to it every now and then. That's what I was trying to say. You can be better than you were a day ago. It's really up to you to decide. You can be an asshole today, and then when you wake up in the morning, you can realize yesterday I was an asshole. Today I'm not going to be an asshole. It's really up to you. You know, I feel so sorry for some of these people on here that's so angry all the time. I used to be like that. I used to think that I wanted to come on YouTube and just argue, fuss, fight, beef all day. I thought that this was going to fill a void in my life and make me important. My ability to verbally abuse and tear somebody else down, I thought that that was going to make me feel better, and it never did. It didn't. It just becomes addictive because it's a temporary filler. You're just temporarily getting off anger and frustration about what you feel about yourself in your own personal life and your own personal failures that you're not doing anything about, and you're projecting that onto other people. That's what that is. And so when I realized that I'd been an asshole, I said I don't want to be an asshole anymore. Just like that. You can decide that. It's not hard. It doesn't take a long time to decide whether or not you want to continue to be an asshole or discontinue being an asshole. After the debacle between me and my daughter, we apologized to each other. But my daughter recently came back to me again because she had left home and she was doing okay. And she told me, she said, you know what? I think I need more time. And I told her, I said, well, you can come back and take as much time as you need. And just the other day, she said, Mom, she said, you know what? I want to apologize to you. And I looked at her and I said, why? She said, because, you know, a lot of things that happened between you and I, she said, I had a lot of things going on and I took it out on you. And I looked at her and I didn't stop her because there was a self-actualization moment happening there where she was taking accountability for things that she felt that she was doing wrong in her life. And I'm proud of her for that. It takes a big person to say, I was wrong about something and there are some things that I need to change. And so I know she's on the right track. She's on the right track. And you know what? So am I. There's nothing wrong with saying you're sorry. It's not a weak, it doesn't make you weak to say that you're sorry and that you wronged somebody in some way. As I apologize to her. It's nothing, there's no weakness in that. As a matter of fact, it takes a very, very strong person to admit when they're wrong and to humble yourself. The humility part is extremely important. There's a lot of people running around here angry, and they just want to thrash and hurt other people. And if you're not careful, these people will suck you in to their toxic energy. Energy never dies, people. It doesn't. Energy gets transferred. So what these people are doing is they're transferring toxic energy, negative energy onto you. When you go online and you're hearing these people and they're ranting and carrying on, it's more than just entertainment. When you leave that space, you leave with that negative energy, all that cussing and carrying on, and you will take that negative energy and you will transfer it, and without even knowing it, you'll be driving down the road and you'll be wondering, why do I feel so negative? Nothing happened to me today. But if you listen to a negative stream, or you were privy to somebody fighting and arguing, because I remember even when little kids are growing up and you hear your parents fighting and arguing, their negative toxic energy, and it permeates the environment, and it makes the entire environment toxic. And so when you go to school, whatever negative environment that you just came out of is going to follow you. That energy is going to follow you. That's the reason why they tell people that are part of domestic violence cases and situations, you're putting that negative energy on your children. Your children are absorbing all of that toxicity and negativity coming from you, and they're carrying that everywhere with them. And it's the same thing for anybody, not just children, but adults too. If you take in too much negativity, it's going to rub off on you. So you just got through hearing somebody in their negative rant. They have a negative stream, and they're calling black women bitches, and these niggas ain't shit, and all this other stuff. And you're going to agree with some of the stuff that they say, or you might relate to it, but it's toxic. And so now you're carrying that toxic energy around with you, and you're wondering how come you don't feel positive, you don't feel good to get through your day. And it's because you're sitting here allowing yourself to engage with these people and their toxicity. You're allowing yourself to get sucked into that. Good morning, Sexy Red TV Reactions. I don't allow myself to get sucked in anymore. I used to. I'm not gonna lie. Ooh, boy, it was addictive. You know how you would log into this thing and you would hear people beefing and all the cussing and the negativity and the black men ain't shit. You know, I've done that. I've even made a couple of streams like that myself. And it was coming from an unhappy place. I remember just recently, and I read every comment that you guys leave me. And it was one of my videos where I was saying, hey ladies, let's celebrate our independence. And somebody wrote underneath that video, Faith, you are coming from a very hurt place. And the video is a couple few months old. It's maybe a couple of months ago, because it was around Independence Day that I did the video. And I thought about that comment today. I thought about that comment today. And I looked at the video. Now, in the video, I was happy, I was dancing, but I did a lot of negative cursing in that video. I did a lot of putting down of people. And I had to think back to that day and what I was feeling and what I was actually going through. And I said to myself, you know what? I did project something negative from my personal life into that video. I did. And I'm woman enough to admit that I did. I was having a bad day, and I went and got on here and fired up a live stream and decided to be an asshole. I sure did. And to err is human, guys. You have to give yourself a break. It's nothing wrong with being self-aware and knowing when you have to correct something. So I apologize to all of you for all the times that I was negative and projecting negative energy onto my audience, because that's not what I want you guys walking away from here feeling. I want you guys walking away from here feeling inspired, feeling as if you can tackle the day, that you can create goals for yourself. I want you to feel as if you're in control of your own destiny, because you are. Everybody is in control. You're even in control of your emotions. You can decide whether or not you want to allow something to consume you. And you can decide whether or not you want to pass that negativity and toxicity on to others. Now, like I said, I had a really good workout. And you know what? I really feel good after all of my workouts. I guess, with all of my live streams that I do, I also go back and listen to my live streams, like the streams that I do right after my workouts. I notice that those streams are more upbeat. I'm more just positive. Working out also makes you very positive. It gives you a good energy, a good zen, a good blood flow. So if you find yourself feeling negative, and this is what I tell my daughter all the time, when you find yourself feeling like you're kind of out of sorts with yourself, do some self-care. Go to Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness is good because they have those hydro massage beds. I go to Planet Fitness. I might hit the stair climber. I might do a couple of HIIT workouts, some stretches. You know, every now and then I might do some strength training. But then every time I finish, I always hit that hydro massage bed. Oh my God, it feels so good. It feels like, I don't know, it's like a million tiny warm hands massaging all over your body. And I'm talking about it really kneads all up through your back, the small of your back, the top of your shoulders. And then I would hold my head back and press my neck down, and it would get all in my neck, around my shoulder blades. And I would come out of that gym feeling so good and refreshed, like I did this morning. You got to take care of yourself. Stress is the number one killer, guys. So I would tell you, Planet Fitness membership, I think I only paid what, I think it's $29 a month to get the black card. And with the black card, you have access to everything in the gym, including the hydro massagers. Diamond Pearl said, "Girl, that hydro massage bid goes from your ankles to your neck." Yes. This is free promo for Planet Fitness. But yeah, if you go and look up how much a hydro massage costs, if you don't have a Planet Fitness membership, you're gonna pay like $200 to $300 a session for that hydro massage. But if you have a Planet Fitness membership, that motherfucker is free. Okay, it comes with the membership. So I take full advantage. Sometimes I go in the gym, I don't even work out. I just go straight to the hydro massage. Massage is therapy. I come out of there feeling so damn good. Whew. And for those of you that like to get your surgeries, I'm not against ladies that get their surgery, but that hydro massage is good for, after you get your surgery and you need to, knead that body. That hydro massage is going to really, really knead deep into the crevices that you need it to knead into. And it's warm. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Diamonds and Pearl. Yeah. She says it's worth it. And you have access to locations anywhere near you. Exactly. So, you gotta, put yourself on a positive plane. Now, I got plenty of haters. When I first, well, I didn't announce, actually, it was CK that kind of told everybody that we were in a relationship, and I didn't mind at all because I'm proud of my man. I got a man that's successful. Okay, I got a man that's intelligent. I got a man that's articulate. And I got a man that, hey, I'm just saying it. Every time we hit that gym, he's slimming down. My man look good. He already had them broad shoulders, but now he's starting to chisel out. So, I mean, I was already, attracted to my teddy bear, but now, he's turning into Mr. Hunky Hunk, beefcake. I like it. And, we spend time together. We talk about so many things. People, get with somebody that is on your level. I can understand, attraction, because you do have to be attracted to the person that you want to be with, but make sure that that person has good character. Now, I'm not perfect, neither is CK. We're both two imperfect people that found each other. But he can deal with my imperfections and I can deal with his. There are no deal breakers here. We hold each other good intellectual conversations and we can make each other laugh. We get each other's humors. We can finish each other's sentences. He's corny. I'm corny. We like some of the same movies. We're both, into sci-fi and wrestling. I like WWE WrestleMania, so does he. Didn't know I'd meet a fellow wrestling fan. And then there's some things that he's into that I'm not too much into, but he can have it. There are things that I'm into that he's not into, and he lets me have it. But it feels good to be with somebody that gets you, that you can talk to, that you can say, this is my best friend. I can tell this person anything. Hey, Sister George. Sister George is another woman that inspires me. I see you over there, Sister George. When you and Curlin I'm gonna put a bun in the oven. Sister George and Curlin has a beautiful relationship too, and it shows. I like the interaction between those two when I see them online with each other, and you can just see and feel the love there. So that's the reason why I say, get with somebody that you can vibe with, and don't let anybody try to dictate to you what it is that you should be attracted to, what it is that you should like. You get with somebody that's tailored to what you like, tailored to your what's going on in your lifestyle. Sister Joy said, "Don't start no mess." Oh Lord. I used to be all superficial, when I would be dating guys. It was all about, man, does this person, make me hot? Do they make me tingle? And so it was very superficial. But there's another component to it. When the older you get, and I think this comes with age, because I think most young women, younger women, we're always going to be superficial. But when you get older, you look at men a little bit differently. And so the things that used to make me tingle when I was younger, they're annoying now. Guys with so-called swag and different things like that. It doesn't do it for me anymore. I need a guy that I feel is competent, an intellectual, somebody that I know is how can I say, responsible, and displays all that competence, responsibility, leadership ability. Those are things that I didn't know how to look for when I was younger, because you look at certain things and you mistake it for being strength. You mistake a man having swag and a man, being able to, come in with brute force and, do a lot of jaw jacking and all that type of stuff. You mistake that for strength. But there's nothing like being with a man that can quietly put other men in their place just for excelling and being competent, intelligent, articulate. And now, don't get me wrong, if CK has to, put the hammer down, he can fight. He got them hands. This man was a commander in the military. A lot of people forget that, as well as a sexual assault investigator. And so the combination of all that is sexy. Intelligence is sexy. A man with a great credit score is sexy. Okay? Sexy. A man with taste is sexy. And so you can have your, guys that think that going to Red Lobster is an expensive date. No, my man takes me to the Eiffel Tower restaurant. We go to Ocean 44. We're on grown people shit over here. We take trips. And it's romantic. He's My man is not afraid to be romantic. I hear a lot of guys on here, they call guys simps for doing nice things for their girlfriends and their wives, doing nice things to make them smile and brighten their day. But I got the kind of guy that's not like that, and I'm thankful that he's not like that. I mean, I'm thankful that if I'm having a bad day, I might at any time open my door and see the largest bouquet of flowers, beautiful flowers. I love flowers that I've ever seen just because he wants to cheer me up and see me smiling. It's a blessing. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to, be bragging and, going on and on and on, but I'm happy. I'm truly happy. And my children see the happiness in me as well. My son, I talked to him the other day on the phone, and he said, Mom, he said, your voice, you sound so light. You sound like you don't have a care in the world. And I still have, problems. I got bills, I got, things that I deal with. But being with someone that makes things a little bit easier for you, that can make you smile, help you out sometimes, um, it's a blessing. It truly is. And so no, I can smile and rest in my femininity and be a softer version of myself. And that's because I surround myself with people in my life. And it's just not just my man, but my friends, my girlfriends. I don't have people in my life that drag me down. We uplift each other. My girlfriends and we go on cruises. And I got two girlfriends that are married, and the other three of us, we're still single, but we're in relationships. And even though we're married and in relationships, we still go out and have girl time. We still go on our cruises. We might take trips out to Sedona, pamper ourselves at the spa. Those things are important in life. It's important to have a circle of people that you can go to outside of I feel sorry for anybody where YouTube is the only thing that they have to get them through a day. These people on here are toxic, but some people only have this social media platform to turn to make them happy. And you can tell the people where this is the only thing that they have because they're here all the time. like clockwork. And I'm not talking about people that have legitimate businesses on here as content creators. I'm just talking about people that, just ain't got no business. This is their whole life. People, you got to get outside of this social media bubble and actually start interacting with actual people. It's a beautiful thing when you have people in your life to enrich it. Right. BMT said a lot of these people make no sense. They don't. You can tell the people that are unhappy because they're always on here yelling, screaming, cussing, fighting, picking fights, you know, oh, you a miserable bitch, and all this other stuff. Like they want you to be miserable because they're miserable. And I can't. I'm happy. I can't be miserable because you're miserable. I can't be unhappy because you want me to be unhappy. I wouldn't get with somebody like Faith. Well, I'm glad that you wouldn't get with me. I didn't choose you either. We didn't choose each other. Uh, what's the point? I don't. Faith man. I don't want her man. Well, I'm glad you don't want my man. I want my man. know. So I have to laugh at some of these people. It's hilarious. A lot of these people are jokes. Like you that unhappy. Now you want to sit up here and tell me what my stuff is and what my stuff isn't. Why don't you talk about your stuff? Why don't you talk about how happy you are and what a relationship you engage in and your friends and things that you do in your life to make yourself happy? See, you can tell what consumes a person by what they talk about all the time. And see, I had to catch myself in that. When I catch myself being negative all the time, that's when I know I'm being consumed with the wrong thing. And that I'm focused on things that don't matter, things that are not making me, if it doesn't make you happy, then it's something that you shouldn't give your energy to. That's my rule of thumb. If this is something that's making me unhappy, if this is a person that is causing me to feel a certain type of way, I'm real quick to cast that person and whatever is attached to that person out of my life, where that person has no agency over me. Just like people will come on YouTube and they'll say a million and one horrible things about you. And I can sit there and listen to, she's ugly, look at her wig, look at her hair, look at her ponytail. Uh, you know, People have a million and one bad things to say. And then when I get offline, my man is rubbing my feet, massaging the small of my back, kissing my neck, making love to me, and loving every inch of it. And I'm thinking to myself, why would I even give a fuck about the rest of y'all? And that's what you got to do. Count your blessings in real life, because a lot of these people don't have that even in real life. Now you got a lot of people getting fucked and getting fucked over in real life, and that's why they're so mad at you, because they see your glow and they don't want you to be happy because they're miserable. Misery loves company, but that's not the type of company that I'm choosing to keep. I'm not choosing to keep company with miserable people anymore. So I gravitate to the Sister Georges. I gravitate to the Concrete Roses because those are people that are happy with their lives and happy with themselves. I gravitate to the BMTs, the D Durrells. And Woman Sphere has really, really made a lot of strides this past year. She's in her happy zone. I feel her in her happy zen. So, you know, as long as you're positive, and as long as I see that you're focusing on being happy yourself, now every now and then when she gets on that Tyler Taz stuff, you know, I kind of got to, you know, mentally, you know, remove myself. It's toxic, but I do see her making strides towards being positive and being happy and focusing on her own success. Like I said, we ain't all, you know, perfect. But when I see a person really trying, when I see a person really, really succeeding against all odds, I'm happy for them, genuinely happy. That's what I like to see. The beefs and the fights, while they're entertaining and you'll chuckle and laugh, that stuff will drain you after a while if you expose yourself to too much of it. Too much of anything is a bad thing. So I have to, you know, take my daily dose of dysfunction in doses, real small doses. Dysfunction, you know, every now and then is okay. Yeah, every now and then you might want to see somebody, you know, slam somebody over the wrestling ring and, you know, jump down on them with their elbow. Every now and then you want to see some mudslinging. Nothing wrong with that. But don't get too engulfed and caught up in it where it becomes a reality to you. That's all I'm saying. If that's your reality, I feel sorry for you. But hey, guys, I got to get off of here. I got things to do, moves to make. But I just wanted to come on here and have a morning chit chat with my people and just let you know, hey, Faith loves every single one of you. And yeah, Faith's happy. There's contentment here. You know, it used to be that if I heard something bad, because people come and tell me, oh, this person said this about you, and this person made that video about you. And I said, good, I'm doing something right. Because, you know, if they're not talking about you, then, you know, you're not relevant. If you don't have haters, you're not doing something right. And so I encourage everybody, become a better class of people. And yes, I'm endeavoring to be a better class of woman each and every day. Each and every day. And guess what? It's not hard. And I know I joke around a lot and say I think I'm better than everybody. But no, I don't think I'm better than everybody. Just the bitches. I'm better than these bitches that get on here and they're not actually self-actualized. And yes, there is a better. And there's nothing wrong with a little competition. And there's nothing wrong with you pacing yourself and being better than what you were before. And there's nothing wrong with you knowing the difference between yourself and other people who are not on your level. And I refuse to acknowledge people who are not on my level. All right, guys. Well, I love each and every one of you. Thank you all for coming in. What's up, Nisha by Nature? Thank you so much for being a channel member, lady. you came in towards the end, but I love each and every one of you. I got to go. Like I said, I got things to do, but I just wanted to say, love you all. Go about your day with a song in your heart and remember to count your blessings and take care of yourself. Pamper yourself. Give yourself a break. Stop and smell the roses. Enjoy life. With that, I got to say peace. I'm out. Holla.